Hey guys, Anime Gypsy here with Shokugeki no Soma Food Wars Chapter 241 live reaction. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to apologize for this being late. I had an appointment with a professor. She invited me to a Thanksgiving dinner, and it would have been rude for me to just say no at that point. And honestly, I'm really thankful for her. It was a wonderful time. I really enjoyed my time. And that's why that's why it's late, because I was enjoying my time at a Thanksgiving dinner. I'm sorry for the lack of convenience. It's just I had appointments. Now let's get on to the chapter. And I am on manga stream doing the live reaction, and now I see Soma and Saito in kimonos facing off against one another. Just just swords, like, actually, no. Saito has drawn his sword in the picture, and Soma hasn't. You don't see Soma's sword being drawn, and you get a close up of Soma's sword not being drawn, and here we go to the dialogue. So he doth refuse to draw steel first. Fine, I shalt advance then. And he draws his sword, which I am assuming means we get to see the deliciousness of his dish. And do we? Is this like a salmon steak type? Okay, let me read, because art is beautiful. I'm reading this. The richness of the butter is concentrated in the steam rising from the dish. Salmon Munieri. The garlic and soy sauce exquisitely flavor the squid liver. I really want to try squid liver. Oh, the squid liver saute. I was about to say, this doesn't look like squid liver. These first class ingredients are out in full force. That's Saito Somai's Senpai's jewel butter seafood bowl for ya. Who's talking? Dude, you're drooling, but it just doesn't look so good. Oh, but it just looks so good. Allow me to taste my Allow me to taste thy steel. Soma Yukihira. And you have an intense look, an intense stare off between Soma Yukihira Soma, and Saito Samui. And those glances are deadly, and you see both of their scars. Man, just look at the detail in Yukihira Soma's eyes. The artists just outdid themselves this chapter, and you see the caviar. No, it isn't caviar. The plum essential sauce, the soy sauce, picked salmon roy. Okay, so that's okay. Salmon roy. Okay. So this is beautiful, and just the rice, and just thinking, are these tentacles too on the side of the dish? So this dish is beautiful. Just melted butter. Oh, Jesus Christ, this looks like this stuff is the stuff that seems like it would melt in your mouth, you know. I'm not gonna jump, like, whoa. Alright, next page. Saito Senpai presents his dish first. Now then, just how delicious is it? And the judges are picking it up with chopsticks, getting a little bit of everything. I cut into the salmon, and more steam came out. My whole body is full with excitement. I'll take the topping and the rice together in one bite. Oh, each part of the dish looks unbelievably delicious. If they eat it all at once, they lose it for sure. And takes a bite. I feel them. I feel the waves. And on the breaking foam of the butter, the fishman's sparkling catch rains gently down onto the plateau. And you see a salmon and a squid riding the waves in what looks like some sort of formal. You know that big Japanese drawing of the wave? Like, that's what that looks like. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Okay, let's get to the next page. I can't stop my chopsticks. And they're eating the slowly roasted salmon, the slightly starchy wheat flour surrounding what reaches with the butter permeating the dish and suffuses. I think that's a miss. I think that's a misspelling. Suffuses, whatever. It with deep mellowness. Sublime heat control rounds out this perfectly made romaine sauce. Muneri sauce? What is that? The lightly butter fried squid liver and the muneri sauce not mature. No matter how much I stuff my cheeks, I can't get enough. What is this mutinery sauce? Okay. The saltness and the slight bitterness of the dish are elegantly tied together by the validity by okay, so that makes sense because butter and okay, okay, salt, a little bit of salt with butter. A little bit of salt goes well with butter when you're cooking stuff. So that I understand. The soy pickled salmon roe has been has been dressed with pomegranate pomegranate really and tumbari seeds. How do you do this? Oh well, and that sounds excellent. The butter brings these three ingredients together into harmonious synchrony. Their playful texture hides the unconsciousness of the roe. I think I missed something. Tono, tonbori, the seeds of Basia, that's like a footnote. Scopia, they have bustering plum texture similar to roe. And despite the fact that he's used butter with such abundant with such abundant, the dish doesn't feel heavy. The secret to it that lies in the vinegared rice below the topping. In fact, this isn't vinegared rice at all. He's flavored the rice with orange and lemon juice. What? So a lot of you guys know this, but most of the sushi's flavor comes from the rice and how it's made, and usually it's made with vinegar, and that's a primary ingredient along with other stuff. I mean, for him to think that that just blows my mind. Using lemon juice and oranges to make a base to season your, well, not season, but in or like douse your. This sound. I'm lost. I am. This is what the Elite 10 do, guys. I can't speak properly. I can't. Okay. Seafood is already rather fatty. Throwing butter on top of that will no doubt make it almost oppressive. Oppressive? Oh, okay, yeah. So it will be too heavy of flavor. So to create a sort of light, fort-licking taste that can lift that oily heaviness. Okay, so yeah, I see where he's going with this. Zenji is basically saying that these ingredients create like this very powerful and overwhelming taste, which yeah is true. Because when you have seafood and butter, yeah, that doesn't really okay. So he's elected to use orange juice, which opposes the different sort of elegant levity than does the vinegar. So somehow the orange juice helps with that. Many traditional French dishes employ both butter and orange juice. I did not know that. That is very interesting. That is very interesting. He's gone as far as to make even the rice highlight the flavor of the butter. Jeez. And by pushing the butter to its limit, the seafood's flavor also amplifies beyond belief. This is almost like he's fighting with his body and soul in the blade he carries. Well, of course, that is Bushido. That is the samurai way. Your katana is your soul. You put your work in. You put your soul in your work. You work every single day as if it's your last. And that is classic Bushido. That is the samurai way. Just, what is this panel? Saito, beastly as hell, just staring down the viewers. Kudos, man. I like this. I thought Yukihira might have the upper hand with this ingredient, but he's wringing out every but every butter's every butter's potential. That's crazy. Butter normally doesn't have anything to do with sushi. For su okay. For Soth, my specialty is sushi. But that is precisely why I have been able to make such skillful use of this butter. For Soth, my specialty is for Soth. I'm guessing that is old speak for first first of all. My specialty is sushi, but that is why what does sushi? Okay, I'm just gonna read on. People oft think that the quality of sushi rides solely on the quantity of the fish used to make it. As I've said earlier in this video, no, it's the rice. But one must not limit one's gaze so. The ingredient that support the player from the shadows, the true brilliance of a fish's flavor is brought forth only through a delicate balance of sour and salt. Okay, that is true, which is found in the vinegar. Oh, okay. So the salt substitute in the rice will be the butter. But and the sour is the orange juice. Saito. You, sir, have bifurcated my brain. You have opened, you have exposed me to new ways of thinking. You are an innovator in every single way, my friend. Let me continue. I need to recuperate from what I just realized, because this man is brilliant. This man is top of the notch, high tier. I'm surprised he isn't the second seat, because this is whoa. But yet again, I don't think we've seen that much. Well, we've seen Rindo cook the crocodile, but I really want to see more out of Rindo, to be honest. This is true, not just for sushi pickles, carpaccio, acro, pazza sautés, Oh, okay, so those are the different dishes. In virtually all types of cuisine, approximately chosen accompanying ingredients are what truly make the sword of the fish shine. And he's right. He's right. What you use with, yeah, and that's probably true with almost every single ingredient. That's basically what Soma was trying to explain with the beef when he was fighting Mito in episode 5 of Shokugeki no Soma. That was what he's trying to prove is, the other stuff, the little pickled rice, the onions, the vinaigrette, all that really helps with creating a dish. And it's not only the quality of a certain ingredient that elevates this ingredient to a certain level. No, it's how other ingredients help each other elevate. So this is really going. I'm sorry, I'm just having heartburn right now. In other words, all possible accompanying ingredients are in my field of view. He's not bluffing. Rio says he's not bluffing when he is talking about fish. And we know that Kurokiba Rio is a specialist when it comes to seafood. Okay. No matter how skillful your preparation of a fish, it's the ingredients that accompany it that decide its fate. They all doth lie in my sphere of influence. Hits me right here, hearing that. Just so intimidating, so Saito, you truly are worth admiring. Okay, Mito's right here. I can't believe he's cramming. Can't believe he's cramming such strength into a mere seafood bowl. I hate to admit it, but that thing is probably unbelievably satisfying. That thing's a complete experience in a bowl, and I do support that. Where does that passion for fish spring from? You see Ishki, looking at Rio with admir. Are we getting a flashback straight up? Saito Senpai's family used to run a sushi place. It was small, but it was loved by its regulars and it was busy every day. Mom, I delivered those orders. Good work. Sorry for making ya do all this, Somai. Chef, I can't. Can I get a coda next? Gotcha. His mother was head chef. She raised him by herself while running the shop, and even managed to get him accepted into Totsuki, and he became in the Totsuki Jokits Dai Yoneseki, because he's the Yonseki. Yeah, he's the fourth seat, if I'm not mistaken. Somai. Guess what? Mom's Mommy's gotten an apprenticeship at Shigamari Sushi. We'll have to close our place for a while, but you'll get to learn how to make yummier sushi. What? Awesome, Mom! Maybe we'll get to make our own place into a respectable restaurant too. Wow, I want to become a super cool sushi chef, just like Mom. Okay, Somai Sato, Sato's mom, Somai Saito's mom, was his hero, dreaming of the day that he'd be able to run the family restaurant with his mother. He devoted himself to his studies, but tough days were all that awaited his mother. The artisans took pride in dragging her over the coals. Oh, we're getting dark. They subscribed wholesale to the idea that women are not to be allowed within a kitchen's sacred walls. Leave alone preparing the fish. They didn't even let her touch the rice. She was tasked with doing odd jobs outside of the kitchen. She took it all on with a smile and worked from morning till night, but she eventually reached her limit. No one besides his mother possessed the know-how to run Some's family restaurant, and though he was but 15 at the time, Some Sato made the decision to protect their restaurant. He'd stand behind the counter himself. I'm so sorry that making you go through. I'm very sorry for making you go through this. Mother, just hang on for a bit longer. I promise I'll get the daimyo to taste my food. I'll support this family. Don't worry, Mom. I'll protect our restaurant. And you could really see the intensity in the situation. His mother literally looks like she's dying. Oh, never mind. He looks happy. Oh, look, there really is some little middle schooler standing behind the counter. My name is Shigarami's. Hey, this outfit probably the only thing professional about him. He wouldn't care less to Totsuke that you go to Totsuke. We'll never acknowledge you. The fact that a kid like you has the nerve to stand behind the counter is presumptuous as hell. There is no way some middle schooler could ever make real sushi. And he schools them. We'll remember you. The fact that you went against us means that you've made enemies of the whole world of sushi. There's no way you'll be able to make a living in this industry. Carving is the way through mutinous times, is a warrior's honor. Carving his way through treacherous times is a warrior's honor. I'll turn this world upside down. That's him, the one they said destroyed Shigarami. How dare he waltz in here? We'll never let you into the association meeting room. Go home, kid. And you see bullying and more bullying and more bullying, and he unsheathes his sword, beats everyone, and you see them eating his food. I mean, this is sexy. This is straight up sexy. Alright. The fish are his blade, and the butter is the scrab is the scabbard that allows him to wield them. Their flavor together is like ideal of the plate. All who taste it, all who fall before its edge, are scattered. Kudos, man. I mean, this backstory is just unbelievable. It's just need to go back just talking about this. Wow, that is a very. I mean, I guarantee you that this type of shit happens all over the world, not just in Japan right now, where women aren't allowed to run a place, so they're antagonized and driven out of a certain industry. And then having a story about their offspring afterwards and those girls in general. I mean, this is some serious issue that this manga is tackling. This is material that's uncharted territory for manga. This is big. This is really big, guys. This is the first manga I have seen like this, and I know. I'm correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Please show me another manga that displays something like this, specifically in the food industry or a different job where a girl can't make a successful living in a job that's not basically being a warrior, because that's basically established. Like just regular everyday jobs and women's actual struggles in them. That is something that mangas rarely display, guys. But I'm glad that this one did, and kudos to that. The judges have been cleaved in two. Soma-kun, what should he do? His enemy used that butter to 100% of its potential. Can he even win against a dish like that? This might be bad. First off, no shit, it's bad. No shit. Second off, I am lost for word. This chapter is straight up a 10 out of 10. That flashback by itself was perfect.